What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Supreme Boy Eli, man. I'm back at y'all with another reaction video, man. Today we're gonna be reacting to the secret mole life of underground Las Vegas tunnels, man. Nah, I'm messing with you. But we gonna react to homeless people living underground in Las Vegas. So I don't really know what to expect. Drop a like down below. Comment down some videos y'all want me to react to, man. Hit the subscribe button. Join the Eli crew, bro. You. Join the Eli crew, bro. On the road to 1K, man. 1K, shawty. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hello, friends. Las Vegas is a famous city in the U.S. Bright, glamorous, very expensive. It has become a symbol of fun and beautiful life. People from all over the world go there to spend money at the casinos and take selfies against the backdrop of the fake Eiffel Tower. But just 10 meters under the buzzing Las Vegas, a completely different life exists. Hundreds of homeless people and drug addicts live there in the storm tunnels.
Whole time. Damn, I should not even hit. Hold on. It's dead, but whole time, if you live in Las Vegas or ever been to Las Vegas, let me know down below, because motherfucker ain't never been to Vegas, right? So, bro, motherfuckers gotta go. We gotta go.
Hundreds of people survive in dangerous city tunnels, which constantly get flooded. They share their shelter with rats and feed on casino waste.
Nah.
On July 3rd, 1975, severe thunderstorms rocked Las Vegas. Within a few hours, almost a year's worth of rain fell, leading to severe flooding. Rushing water and erosion brought down telephone poles, sewage treatment plants were flooded, and foul-smelling water leaked through manholes. Fortunately, there were no human casualties. It was after this flood that the city of Las Vegas was forced to build modern flood tunnels under its streets in order to reduce the consequences of future natural disasters. By the 1990s, tens of kilometers of storm sewers had been built under Las Vegas, some sections of which were wide concrete tunnels. The entrances to these tunnels are in plain sight, and many consider them to be ordinary flyovers. It is these tunnels that hide what the residents and visitors of Las Vegas never want to face. The network of tunnels has been providing shelter for many people for decades. Although the tunnels were never intended to be homeless shelters, there is more than enough space there to accommodate the many people who treat it as such. They are called mole people. Basically, these are mostly drug addicts, people with mental disorders, criminals, crippled veterans, and hard workers who can't earn enough money.
Damn, shorty. What movie scene is this? I'm trying to think of it.
Money to pay rent.
That shit.
However, there are also those who have deliberately chosen this lifestyle.
No money to pay rent.
Las Vegas's policy on homeless people has always been complicated. Since this is a tourist city, the authorities have always tried to fight the presence of the homeless people on the streets. This was one of the reasons why these people chose to hide out in the concrete storm tunnels. Until a certain time, they were simply left alone there to live their lives as they pleased, and thus, the underground community developed. Based on various sources, the Las Vegas storm sewers stretch for over 400 kilometers. Wide areas with a height of slightly more than the height of an average person, located near the surface exists, have become a safe haven for the homeless. Living in the tunnels isn't easy, especially since many of the basic things we take for granted aren't available there.
Shorty, my man, you seen that? He had a ramen noodle packet. How the fuck you cook that? Oh, bro, how the hell is they cooking down there? Yo,
for example, plumbing. When one of the residents was asked what she missed the most from her previous life, she laughed and said it was a toilet and a shower. Although some residents tried to keep themselves clean and bring water in canisters to wash up, the lack of toilets and sewage keep the hygiene in the tunnels at a very low level. Plumbing is not the only thing that people living in the tunnels are missing. The tunnels are very dark, as the only source of light are the gratings, which were designed to allow water to pass through them during a rainstorm. During the summer months, the tunnels are unbearably hot. Dampness, rats, and insects, as well as a wild lifestyle, make such places a breeding ground for viruses and sexually transmitted diseases. But there are also relatively comfortable places in the network of tunnels.
Probably where
Some
COVID
people
started.
have managed to fully furnish their tunnel space with tables, mattresses, and other furniture. The coziest parts usually belong to couples. This is the most famous photo from the tunnels of Las Vegas. It depicts Stephen and Catherine. They're actually rich by local
Couples,
standards.
son. They be old enough.
On an area of about 40 square
Biggest
meters,
stuff.
they have their own
They rich. They rich. I mean, no, no, what? They rich. To who? To who? I guess underground.
bed,
I guess,
shelves with their belongings, and
Kingpin
even books.
underground.
Most of the homeless people in the tunnels live in simpler conditions: a mattress, a blanket, canister of clean water, and a flashlight. Some homeless people have small refrigerators to keep their food safe from rats that roam the tunnels at night. The tunnel residents keep fires to drive away uninvited guests. I have to say that the people living in the tunnels are well aware that they're sitting on a time bomb, because a heavy downpour can drive them out of this dwelling without any warning. They would only have a few minutes to collect the essentials and leave the tunnels. Fatalities caused by flooding are rather common. For example, in 2016, water gushed through the network and drowned 3 homeless people. But these aren't the only dangers the residents face in the tunnels. A very common problem there is crime and drug addiction. After all, many local residents are addicts. It takes a long time for emergency services and police officers to find a patient in the tunnel network. Moreover, the mole people don't always dare to immediately call the authorities, fearing they might have problems with the police. Illegal activities are an integral
Yeah,
part
that's
of
true.
underground life. Even the most serious crimes happen rather often. It's no wonder that this kind of lifestyle eventually attracted the attention of the authorities. The increase in criminal activity has led to increased police control over the entrances to the tunnels, but the homeless still try and find a way to get inside. However, in order to avoid getting detained by the police, many residents chose to leave their underground homes. Nevertheless, despite all the difficulties and inconveniences of this lifestyle, various sources state that a total of 1,000 to 2,000 people live in the network of flood tunnels in Las Vegas and refuse to leave. It's like a small town or a whole local civilization with its own values that lives according to its own laws only they know and understand. Many people choose to live there because of the proximity to the casinos on Las Vegas Street.
That's a whole nother society down there. I'm up here joking of it. That's a whole nother society, bro. Like a whole nother world down there, shorty. That's crazy.
The entrances to the tunnels
That's
are located near the
crazy.
gambling establishments, which are always full of rich tourists who throw away their money left and right. Homeless people go to the casinos in search of chips lost by players, to simply beg for alms, or to empty the slot machines of the tourists who have had too much to drink and fall asleep. Chips can always be exchanged for cash. There are also those who collect pension or welfare, which isn't enough to rent proper housing, but is quite enough to settle in the tunnel and regularly lose money in the casino. Some of these homeless people have regular jobs, for example, in stores or at gas stations, but they can't afford to rent housing in the expensive Las Vegas. Despite their isolation and the reluctance of the authorities to notice such a serious problem, the tunnels still attracted a lot of attention. Film crews and TV shows visit these places. But it doesn't mean that tourist maps should include this as an attraction, because it's still rather dangerous there. The homeless people living in sewage tunnels don't like intruders. The existence of the underground town in the tunnels under Las Vegas became known to the general public after the publication of a book by the journalist Matt O'Brien. Social services and the Shine a Light charity started helping the homeless. However, in order to participate in the rehabilitation programs, one needs to give up alcohol and drugs, which is an impossible task for many residents of the tunnel. Therefore, most of the homeless prefer to stay underground, where they can't distract tourists from the roulette tables and the one-armed bandits. The tunnels will continue to serve an unofficial purpose
One
until the
armed
city of
bandit.
Las Vegas resolves the housing problem for all those who make the tunnels their home. However, the fact that the officials keep silently closing their eyes on this issue makes it seem that they are content with the current solution of the homeless living in the tunnels and not on the streets and near the casinos. Meanwhile, the tunnel network continues to grow as Las Vegas's drainage system still can't handle the heavy rains. There is no doubt that as the new tunnels get built, the homeless people will settle in them as well. Friends, that's all for
Damn. That's crazy, Eli Crew. Cause I remember when I was young, I watched the FaZe Rug video of him going through like a tunnel, bro. I don't know if them was the tunnels, but that's crazy. Anyways, Eli Crew, man, I like the video down below. We out. Hey.